Hello, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to the very first PlayStation Access Afterparty of 2024. What a way to kick off the year that was. My name is Rob. I'm joined by Ash and Rosie.
Hi. Hello.
As state of plays go, that was amazing.
It was so good.
That was
so much
amazing.
They crammed in there. There came a point when you thought I think it was Rise of the Ronin, and you were like, "Oh, this is how they're going to wrap it up." But it didn't stop there. It just kept on going.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. And
I genuinely, I feel a bit like shocked and overwhelmed. Genuinely, like
Yeah.
I've got that like weird feeling in my stomach where I'm really excited but also really nervous. Like I just feel,
nervous.
I just feel really like because there's so much like horror and good new things coming. I feel very like
We should say hello to the chat. Hello, everybody in the chat.
Hi guys,
everyone,
I've got you here.
Everyone joining us after the State of Play stream. Thank you very much. If this is your very first after party, what we're just going to do is be very excited about everything that we have just seen.
Whoop, whoop.
And there is lots to be excited about. I don't really know whether to do what my instincts are telling me to do and to gush about what we saw at the end, or to go from the beginning. I think we'll go from the beginning.
Yeah, build it up,
and
Rob.
build it up. But yes, Ash is keeping an eye on all of your lovely comments.
Yeah, I'm going to
in the
shout out
chat.
some names. We've got Darkest Fantasy, Ricardo Rodriguez. Oh my God, it's already going too fast. Brady Vindergraaf, Maria Isabel, Shepherd, Tala,
Shepherd.
Sheesh, Iron J, Taylor King, Aiden, Katie Warrener, Final Rush 25, Comics Misexplained. Oh, they'll slow down for a minute.
Hi,
that was nice.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. We hope you're just as excited as we are. Please get those comments coming in. Tell us what you thought was most amazing in that state of play. Ash will be on the lookout for any particularly brilliant comments.
Yeah, Nate's here saying hello, friends.
Oh, not him. Let's start with Helldivers 2 coming out very soon on February the 8th. Looks just very, very cool. I know Dave in particular is particularly excited for Helldivers 2. Dave sadly can't be with us today on this after party, but I'm just quite looking forward to buddying up with you all and shooting some horrible bug aliens.
Are you really?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I am.
This is when we're going to play and we're just going to leave you in the wilderness and we're like, sorry, Rob, bye, after you said no. Because you said no, you didn't want to play. It's just a prank.
It's just a prank.
It's just a prank, But no, I'm very excited I'm very excited to buddy up and go into the wilderness. It's going to be great fun. And there's mechs. Big robots.
Oh, I'm so gassed to see the mech at the end. Like, just that you have all of this really frenetic, meaty gunplay, that you've got the actual, like, hell diving drop pods onto planets, that all the good stuff from the first game, which was definitely underplayed for what it was, that you get in this new, shiny, brilliant title that's kind of bringing all of that plus more by the looks of all these trailers. And now there's mechs as well. Like, what else could you want?
What else could you want? Well, all of the games on this list that I've written down. The next game we saw was Stella Blade. We got quite an extended look at Stella Blade.
That's one way.
I have written down, you made me write this down, find the cat.
Yeah.
There was a side quest.
It was a side quest called Find the Cat, and I said to Rob, write that down, because I was just really excited that there was a cat in the game, and I thought that was going to be the only glimpse of cat we got the whole stream. That's why I was like, write it down. But then more.
And there was loads of cats.
Loads of cats
in this stream. But I really liked the look of the world. I thought the combat looked really, really cool. It seems like it's going to be one of those combat games that you can really get deep into the systems on it. I thought it looked very exciting. Also, interestingly, and I must be the only one clever enough to have figured this out,
I know what you're going to say.
the main character's called Eve, and there's also a character called Adam.
There is.
There is.
Yeah.
And Rob very proudly went, Adam and Eve!
about 5 minutes after, they'd all be like, oh, very slow to catch on.
We've got a comment from John Bain RKO as well. He says, I love the voice acting in Stella Blade, which is something that I call out as well.
We all picked up on that. It does seem really, really cool. The world, I think, looks really interesting as well.
Yeah.
Excited to dive into that one.
Beasts look good.
It looked, I mean, already we've said in previous after parties how shiny this game looks, but like I couldn't stop looking at the the little wavy cloak thing
that
had
Rosie?
the wavy cloak
wavy
on her
cloak,
back.
yeah.
She had like a wavy cloak on her back, and it had little like.
I noticed her back.
Yeah,
too,
you know, there was a moment when I was trying to look at the gameplay, but I was just looking at this one cloak because it had little green particles in it, and I was like, oh, that looks really pretty. And also, they were wearing multiple outfits, so I was also looking at the outfits thinking, that looks like a cool outfit. That's a cool outfit. So
there were lots of outfits on display. I also noticed some very nice looking water graphics at one point.
Sorry, I feared what you were going to
Very-
say.
Really nice looking water graphics.
Yes.
I was very excited for Stella Blade. It's coming on April the 26th, so not too long to wait. The next game that we saw made Rosie go, oh! Can you tell us about this, Rosie?
Yes, so at the moment, what was the official title? The official title was
Sonic X Shadow Generations.
Yes. So immediately I picked up it was Sonic Generations. I played.
Was it the big picture of Sonic that did it?
Well, that could have been any Sonic. Sonic's had many video games, but immediately I recognized it and I thought this is Sonic Generations. I played it loads on PS3. It was one of my probably most hours put into PS3 games. I loved Sonic Generations, so I thought, oh, cool, like it's Sonic Generations. But then we saw my boy Shadow pop in, and that's when I went, oh, because.
You did.
I did. That's
my boy!
That's my boy! I literally did, I think, scream, that's my boy.
My boy!
because when he just appeared, I don't know why. I'm in like a hype train for Shadow at the moment. I don't know if it's because we've got the film coming out later in the year as well, so I'm just in this massive hype train for Shadow.
Oh, yeah, I remember right at the end of the second Sonic movie, don't they...
Spoilers.
Well... Anyway,
well, yeah,
Shadow.
There's been trailers and teasers for that film, like revealing a bit more. But not only was it Shadow, it was focusing a lot on Shadow the Hedgehog, the PS2 game, which I love. I played it a lot as a kid. It's one of my, like, I know it's really cheesy and Shadow is it's just so ridiculous that Shadow's got a gun. Like, it's just absolutely chaotic. But the fact that they've acknowledged it, and you had, I can't remember, it's like the Doom's Eye or something, the one who's always like, Shadow, you have to go and do the thing. Like, he's back. He was that little, like,
so
alien
evil.
thing with an eye. And there was a boss that was like some kind of lizard boss, and I recognized it, and I think that's also from Shadow the Hedgehog. But then to confirm it even more, when the logo came up, it said Shadow as if it was Shadow the Hedgehog on PS2. So I'm like, what is this going to be? I think mainly I'm taking away from this is that Shadow the Hedgehog, the PS2 game, it seems to be coming back, and I'm just like, yes, give me more of that cheesy Shadow goodness from Shadow the Hedgehog on PS2. I'm here for it. I'm excited.
Got a comment from Kieran M who says it wouldn't be a complete state of play if there wasn't a big Rosie noise.
Yeah, that was where my big Rosie noise came for Shadow the Hedgehog.
There were more, but I think the biggest Rosie noise was for Shadow.
Shadow.
Sure. I am pleased for you, Rosie, and for how excited it's making you. We also saw, I'm going to try and get this right, Zenless Zone Zero.
Yes.
Zenless Zone Zero. Zone Zoo it. Zone Zoo it, Zenless Zone Zero. Zone Zoo it.
What's going on?
Sorry, it's a meme.
What's going on?
It's a meme.
Is it?
It's a meme.
Oh.
It's just a meme hand.
Too old to understand.
It's a meme hand. It's just a meme hand.
I don't know what's going on here, right here. We didn't get to see too much of that, but looks cool. And then we saw Foam Stars, which is also coming out very, very soon on February the 6th. Foam Stars, I'm also quite excited for. It just looks really fun and colourful.
The music was the thing. I was like, oh, this is fun music.
Yeah, I like the rubber duck party business going on. Sorry, I'm not even talking to my phone. I'm like, I like this.
But yeah, it looks really, really cool. I'm excited to dive in. It's coming out very soon. The vibes are really positive for Foam Stars, I think. It's just to be a nice, fun multiplayer time. The next game, I was like, are you both joking? Because I hadn't heard of this. But apparently, Dave the Diver is a big deal.
I'm so gassed for Dave the Diver. When they announced that they did that, just when they announced it was coming to PlayStation 5 and they were actually bringing it with the DLC that's coming as well, I let out a big noise because I was really excited. I've seen this previously crop up. I love a pixel art game. I love a spooky water game, and I love things where you meet different beasts in the water. And it's just like, I'm just really excited for us to have a little taste of it on PlayStation. And then it's coming with Godzilla. Like, please, I'm so excited.
That was the cool bit when it started doing the music.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun,
It was like
dun,
straight away. She was like, Godzilla.
Well, I got it from the text because the font. I've never seen Godzilla. I really want to though. I've always wanted to watch it, but I've seen that
There's lots of different versions.
I don't know what maybe it was the style of just the text or the font or something, but I just saw it and I was just like, it's Godzilla. And it made sense in my mind because I've seen Godzilla raise from the water so often. I was just like, it's got to be Godzilla.
Godzilla likes to do.
When he had his little like pink moment, I was like, nuclear energy, there he is. It's the colour of nuclear energy. Loads of people are calling for Dave to stream the game. And I guess it does make sense because it would be Dave the Diver. But then you would also have this problem trying to say Dave's Dave the Diver.
Dave diving into Dave the Diver.
Dave diving into Dave the Diver.
Dave dives into Dave the Diver.
Yeah, I think I should just play it instead.
Dave diving into Dave the Diver.
I think I should, to clear all confusion, I will just play all of it.
Well, we'll find out what we decide to do with Dave diving into Dave the Diver in May when Dave the Diver dives onto PS5.
Charlie Olsen says, that's right, I've got a new haircut for this stream. Which just reminds me of that one that you read out previously.
I didn't mean it like that!
It meant that you're looking fresh, man.
Why would you read that out again? It's obviously someone harking back to the mean comment that Rosie read out in a previous stream.
I didn't mean it like that!
There is no haircut. It's just, I don't have any hair.
It's lovely beard trim.
You do have lovely, lovely trims.
I did this one myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very smart.
Thank you. Anyway.
Next game.
Moving on. V Rising. Another game we only got a tiny glimpse of, but I thought looked very cool. But I have to move on to probably, I think, the biggest surprise of this state of play, which was the reveal of Silent Hill, the short message, which is free and out immediately.
Yeah. This looks so atmospheric and so creepy with the little cockroaches.
I was shuddered. Just the movement on whatever that thing was. That was just like creeping along the corridors.
That's one thing I've noticed in horror games in recent years that really just sends shivers down my spine is when the enemy moves with a slightly off frame rate. There was one in Bloodborne I remember really creeping me out in like I can't remember right now, but the labyrinth areas. Then there was another one at one point, I can't remember, but essentially just whenever I see that I always just get freaked out just seeing them coming towards you in a slightly off frame rate.
I don't know if you've seen, and this is slightly changing the subject, but The Witcher Season 2 on Netflix, the first episode, there's a really creepy monster in that that moves again weirdly and slightly too fast. It's a really well done effect, but it reminded me of that, just something, I don't know what it is. Maybe you as the horror expert, Ash, can shine some more insight into this particular effect.
It's just uncanny valley, isn't it?
Is that what you would call it?
Yeah, because it's something that looks almost human, but like the middle bits are cut out. It's like when you strobe someone and they start going at like a different frame rate to what your eyes are used to.
Oh, it's weird.
It's uncanny valley that makes you feel so
Why
nervous.
does it make people so? Why does it have such a big? What's the word?
Effect?
Yeah, but there's a particular type of such a visceral effect.
Some people argue that it's because we are that because we have this reaction to uncanny valley. It's because we are primarily programmed to react to something that is pretending to be human. Like it's maybe there's some like great mythology or folklore kind of things that are linked to this, and it ties into the horror. But basically, it's for survival. It's for keeping yourself alive. You see something that's acting human but not quite managing it. Ooh, keep it away.
I find it very disconcerting. But wow, that's out now.
Yeah.
Silent, and it's free. Silent Hill, the short message. Go and play it if you're brave enough. But after that, immediately we had a little message, and then we saw some more of Silent Hill 2 for PS5. I am not an expert on Silent Hill. The only experience I have with it is when Metal Gear Solid on PS1 came with the demo disc for the very first Silent Hill, and it disturbed me so much that I've never actually been able to touch Silent Hill since. but I know Silent Hill 2 is a very big deal.
Yes.
And I'm hoping Rosie in particular can shed some light on what we saw today.
Well, I've been very excited specifically for Silent Hill 2 because when the game was announced a couple of years ago, I actually had just finished Silent Hill 2 on PS2, so things were very fresh in my mind. So that's why ever since I've always just been keeping a keen eye on Silent Hill 2, and also because it's a fantastic game. Genuinely, it's one of the best horror games that you can get. So it's like, how are they going to remake this already legendary game? And so far, we had a little glimpse of James running around. We had a bit more combat, which I think is one of the main things that needed to be updated from the Silent Hill games, because the Silent Hill, the original, let's say retro with PS1, PS2, the combat was it's stylized. It was very like slow, but now you've definitely got the over shoulder angle. It seems a lot quicker, a lot more closer. Already I used to just get like a stick and then just try and like slam them as far away as I could from them. Like, it's literally the range I could get. I'd just be like, no, stay away, creepy nurses. But now it looks like they're going to get a lot more closer to you, a lot more intimidating. The designs of the creatures as well, they are looking really creepy and eerie. We saw the ones which roam around in the village, which sort of looks like their arms are in a hoodie pocket, and there's the one, Rob, that you went, oh, was he just sick on him?
I thought it's just very creepy. It reminded me, I told Ash, it reminded me of the hands from Spy Kids.
Yeah.
Scarier.
Floops, Flooglies.
Floops, Flooglies. Is that what they're called?
Floops, Flooglies.
That's why you said that, because I haven't seen the film, so I was just like, why have you said this thing?
That's
really?
what the creature is.
Did you play Silent Hill 2, Ash?
Yeah, but I haven't played all of it. It's one of those ones where I've done the beginning, but I need to go back and do the rest. I have seen it been played a lot.
Okay.
I need to dive into it. My plan is to go through all of them, like before Silent Hill 2, this one comes out. And now I can start with the one that's out right now, today. The short message, which I'm very excited for. Let me read some comments before we move on. So the Frozen Wolf says, good evening, all.
Good evening.
John Walker says, Alex, hand. Because I think PlayStation Access is in the chat, and it's not Alex. I'm sorry,
Alex is on holiday.
Yeah, he's enjoying himself. Tay,
secret boss, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a secret boss.
Tay Absaman says, please stop creeping me out, Ash. Sorry. Sorry. I just sat here.
What are you doing specifically?
I don't know. And we have... There was one earlier which I thought was funny, and it's gone now. Oh, Apollo353 says, Dave will be conveniently off sick when these horror games release. So we're going to have to put some blocks on his holiday time, so he's definitely in here.
Yes. Well, there's lots more.
Yes.
There's lots more. And I've just got a list here. I'm just looking at it and just thinking, oh my God, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The next game, a surprise announcement for a game called Judas from a studio called Ghost Story, which is made up of former BioShock devs. And I think it was very plain to see from anyone who has played BioShock that there's a lot of the BioShock DNA in Judas. And it just looks really cool, really stylized, a little bit weird. Lots of magical powers coming out their hands.
Yeah, there was one which caught me, and it looked like loads of like aero bubbles coming out of the hand, and I was just like, oh, look at those little bubbles. That was the one that got me. And then there was like a cool green whip sort of style one.
It's been too long.
Yeah.
Since we've seen a game from this team. BioShock's so good. I love BioShock so much, and to know that there is something coming out like BioShock. It's very, very exciting.
Hell yeah.
I thought it looked so cool.
I want bees coming out the hands is what I want. Bee hands. Bee hat and plasmid. And that's what I want.
The next game, this is coming to PlayStation VR2. Metro Awakening.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. The
VR.
first thing Rosie said was, imagine the spiders on you in VR.
Yeah.
And I was like, because it's going to be so scary.
And then right at the end of the trailer, they had that one jumping right into the camera.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do that.
Honestly, I don't know if I can do that. And I like that stuff.
It's the scariest thing I've ever seen in VR is the big baby in Resident Evil 8.
Yeah, and you were like, eat me!
And I just, out of morbid curiosity, I was like, what's it going to be like if it eats me in VR? And it was horrible. I honestly don't know if I can stomach little spidery bug type things leaping into my face in VR.
It's a very atmospheric game as well, isn't it? Like you hear the little radiation monitor thing going, and when you're there in the silence, and then it's just going to go like that.
Oh, it's terrifying. I'm a big fan of the Metro series, though. I love how atmospheric it is. And this one looks equally so. Based on the novel Metro 2033, coming in 2024.
There's loads of people commenting, just going, Artyom! Artyom!
Then we saw another VR game which had lots of little skellies in it.
Yeah, this was like Pick on Skeletons, the video game.
It was great. It was
cool. They were like throwing skeletons against tables, picking them up and punching them in the face.
Just like holding one of their heads and just...
Yeah.
It's like beat up skeleton simulator. It's actually called Legendary Tales. It's coming out very soon, February the 8th. But yeah, just beat up some skeletons in VR. The combat looked great.
I feel like, when people are like, oh, there's nothing going on in my head. I think it's the Simpsons where it just fades to like a shot inside his head and it's a monkey clapping cymbals.
Yeah.
that game was inside of my head when I'm zoning out. It's just loads of skellies running around and getting beat. Like I was like, it just felt very calming for me to see. I was like, oh, lovely reanimated skeletons and some good melee combat.
There are other creatures as well that you fight, but there was just so many skeletons, and the skeletons really got the hard end of the trailer. They were like, you know what, we're going to show the most coolest combat moments with the skeletons.
You could just take them apart and put them back together again now, can't you, skeletons? You might as well pop them a bit.
Easy.
Jigsaw puzzle, guys.
Easy. We are getting through the games. There's only 1, 2...
There's only 1,700 left!
There's only 4 more to talk about, but they are all absolute bangers. And we're going to start with, this is one for you, Ash, Dragon's Dogma 2, coming out March the 22nd. Wow, it looked
amazing.
Everything that was good about the first one just amped up to 11.
I feel like, having been blessed with playing like the little preview that we got to see, it was just solidifying more of the same for me. It's kind of like, I feel like I can't see any more from this game that will get me more excited now, which is a really nice feeling. So everything that comes up, I'm just like, yes, amazing, great, thank you, love to see it. So it was really nice seeing some more from Dragon's Dogma 2, knowing it's coming so soon, and seeing a bit of like variance in the kind of big enemies you're going to get to climb up and batter, and a few more different dragons as well, instead of just the big one that plucks your heart. There were some other ones, so it really is the Dragon's Dogma.
It looked amazing. Like,
great.
Oh, yeah. I really liked the ice move that like a mage did, where like the ice went down and then he could run up it and then go. I was like,
cool.
And obviously the beast run are my favourite things since Khajiit. So I'm going to be like making loads of friends, stroking them on the face gently and kindly. Yeah, hello beast run friends, because they're all so beautiful. I just love cat people. Like, what a great concept.
We were enjoying all the compliments paid to the Arisen
as
well, weren't we? Can you do some impressions?
It's just like, oh, Arisen, you're the mightiest hero I've ever seen.
I do like it when a game's constantly like, well done, well done, player.
What a shot, Arisen.
Oh, Arisen, you're such a hero.
Arisen, your hair looks very handsome today.
Did you do your own beard trim, Arisen? It looks very good. Thank you, my pawns. The next game we saw was Rise of the Ronin again, March 22nd. What a day March 22nd is shaping up to be. Dragon's Dogma 2 and Rise of the Ronin. So this is the new open world action adventure game from Team Ninja, the developers of Neo. And I think the quick pitch here is open world Neo.
Yeah.
We saw the grappling hook combined with the, I'm going to try and pronounce this correctly, the avicula flying device.
Yes.
And that kind of combination of roping and then gliding and then what looked like some very tasty combat. I was thinking of Alex quite a lot when I was watching this, thinking this looks hardcore. Classic Team Ninja, but combined with this beautiful open world setting. It's set in the 19th century in the Bakumatsu era. Just very, very cool. Like, I'm excited and also quite scared to dive in because it looks like it's going to kick my ass, but it also looks beautiful.
I think it's a really good setting for it as well because, last year I played Like a Dragon Ishin, which is set in the same time period, And already I was seeing some things where it was where Japan was sort of breaking out a bit more of just their traditional samurai styles. They were accepting more weapons and more technology coming in, and you did see a moment where your character did have a sword and a gun as well. But it's really good to see that, you know, it really is just delving more into the history and things like that as well. So if anything, I'm very excited about the setting for it. So I want to learn about this time period more whilst slashing people in a cool samurai way.
Yeah, I liked when it came up, it said Yokohama at the bottom, and I was thinking, where have I heard that before? And then realised it was because you were talking about like Ishin before. So I'm glad you get to go back there again, experience a different side of it. Like, I'm excited to see some goodies. And some good sword fighting.
The sword fighting looked really sophisticated as well. That classic system where choosing your weapon and trying to time your parries correctly to break your enemy's stance to go in and do like a finishing move. It's the type of combat where you can go from being really under pressure to, with one really well-timed button press, turn the tide on your enemy and start to really take control of it. So,
there's a comment from Adam Meredith who says, it's Fooglies, not, and then leaves it there.
Fooglies?
Just really late comment about the spiking.
From Silent Hill 2.
Yeah, it's Fooglies.
Fooglies.
Sorry, it is Floops. I just put the L in.
Floops Fooglies.
Floops Fooglies.
Floops Fooglies.
Yeah. I just like how since we spoke about Silent Hill 2, they've been like, am I going to say something? Am I going to say it? She said it wrong.
Didn't even finish the comment, then just put not. Not. But there is some more comments that we have got from Scott EOT, who says, I've been to Yokohama. Thank you for sharing. Thank you.
Good for you, Scott.
And Ayana W says, and pretty horses for Rise of the Ronin.
Yeah, very pretty horses.
Yes. Was there any cats in Rise of the Ronin?
No.
I can't remember.
Yeah, that's the one that looked like Toasty. That was one that looked like Toasty.
Yeah, and it was held in baby mode.
Yeah, that's right. You were like, it's baby mode. It's baby mode. I love your eyes just fully went, yes.
Yeah, I remembered it. I stored that one away. I did react to that. I loved it. It's just, you know that they know cats when they're in the baby mode and their tails going.
What's baby mode?
Just when you hold them like a baby, like when you have them like this and their paws like go straight up.
Aww.
Toes all go up. It's like roadkill mode.
Baby mode.
Activate
roadkill mode.
Roadkill setting.
One extreme to the other.
We've got 2 more games to talk about. You're both going to have to take this next one. This is a game that I, to my shame, did not play when it first came out.
What? So you haven't played it since? Playthrough.
I've never played through this game.
Let's play
in its entirety. This is Until Dawn.
Yes.
Which is coming in 2024 on PS5.
Brilliant game. If you haven't played Until Dawn, in all honesty, at this point, hold off and wait for this. It's a fantastic game. I mean, you know, before we knew this was released, I would say to everyone, like, play it. It's such a good narrative story and a thriller. The cast of characters, it's the typical like cast where you love them and you hate them. It's got the famous line which Ash and I have been quoting. It's just a prank hand. So that's what we've been referencing, Rob, this whole time.
You heard it in the trailer? Did you not hear it in the
Yeah. I think I might have played up to that bit.
Yeah, well,
I played
it, so I'd hope so.
The bit where, like, you know, I won't spoil it for people who are going to be experiencing it for the first time.
But it's good.
We didn't see like that much apart from Sam's character model and then the clown mask, but we saw loads of environmental shots. And immediately, as soon as I saw the cabin, I was like, Until Dawn.
Yeah,
it's just that cabin is so ingrained in my mind. As soon as I saw it, I was just like, this is it, we're here.
You were so good at calling things before they had this whole time. I was watching them going, oh yeah. Every time you said something, I was like, yeah, Rosie's right.
Oh yeah. And then they showed like the dollhouse as well with the creepy thing that I don't want to say anything. It's difficult because for those who haven't played, I don't want to spoil anything for them. But play this game. It's a great game, and it's just wonderful that it's getting this treatment. It's coming back.
Yeah, it's like an enhanced version. I think I saw a description of it as like a remastery remake. I'm not quite sure the official wording of what it is, but it's been rebuilt for PlayStation 5. So we know it's good. We know it looks amazing. The kind of mask with the teeth coming out of it looked brilliant. You didn't get to see anything else that goes on, and I think that's absolutely perfect. You just got some of the set pieces that are really, really iconic. For if you've played the game, you know what the set pieces mean. If you haven't, you look at it and think, juicy horror content. Why is there a circle saw in the middle of this cabin? You gotta find out.
Also, if you're not a horror fan, still check it out.
But if you are a horror fan, definitely check it out.
Right, it's my turn now.
Yes.
It's my turn.
Let me sit back.
I'm going to take a nap now.
Yeah.
Past my bedtime.
It's my turn.
Rob talk.
I thought that was going to be the end of it, but it wasn't. We got to see a really unbelievable look at Death Stranding 2 right at the end. Death Stranding 2 on the beach, as it's titled.
Sounds like the party edition.
Doesn't look like a party. It looks like a bad time for all the characters involved, but a great time for people who get to play the game. I haven't got a clue what's going on, and I love that. That reminds me of when I was getting excited for the first Death Stranding to come out. It was so mysterious and so weird. I love the weirdness so much. They're operating on like weird, inky, ingrowing hairs that just squirt, and Fragile with her little weird hand mask.
I love the weird hand mask, and I was actually thinking when you said,
"What's the matter, Ash?"
Nothing. Oh, I just read.
It's cool.
I read a funny comment that said Samson, who said one question: "Who let Kojima cook?" And
just let him cook.
Yeah,
let him cook. And that's
he's
what
been
I
let
love.
to cook. He's cooked so much.
Exactly.
It's marinated.
That's what I love about what he's making at the moment. He is just, you can see it in his face as well. He came on at the end. He looks so happy.
Yeah.
And stylish.
Man has got no editor.
What a king. He's just, I love Kojima so much. He looks so excited about it. And he was mentioning how it's his 40th anniversary in video games coming up soon. He just looks so full of life. It's really exciting to see. But Death Stranding 2, anyway, flipping heck. I've never seen anything, I don't think, that looks as good as what we saw.
It looked stunning.
Gorgeous.
The landscapes were outstanding.
Yeah.
Like,
the moon.
Oh my god, yeah.
The moon.
The bit where the mountain started like crumbling and an avalanche started happening in the background. The bit where the water started flooding up.
Yeah, you were going,
God.
Water!
When they were in like the sand, when you had the two little packages following you behind as well, I was like,
I loved the first game, and I loved just walking around beautiful, moody landscapes with sad music playing in the rain and just being like, oh, that's nice.
Sorry, just really importantly, to add to this, also a cat in this game.
But a weird inky demon cat.
Yeah, made of tar. It just looked very cute, and it had like a winged body and was around, and I think we should comment on it a lot. How do you feel about the cat?
I thought it was a very cool looking cat.
Rosie, how do you feel about it?
I was not expecting it, but I loved it.
What should we think happens with the cat? Should we talk about the cat?
No! The cat was in there, cool, but there's so much else to talk about. Elle Fanning. We got our first glimpse of Elle Fanning in Death Stranding 2.
I've been so excited ever since seeing her on Kojima's Twitter, where he's like, Elle Fanning's in the studio, and
I wonder why.
That's my impression of Hideo Kojima, apparently.
They're in my office.
This is how the man speaks. Elle Fanning coming in. I just totally didn't put it together that it was for Death Stranding 2. I thought it was going to be for something else. I was like, what are they making with Elle Fanning? What's going on? And that she's appeared in this was a big pop for me, because I was like, wow, I'm dumb. That's so exciting that like she's in this one. She's such a gorgeous face. She feels like a proper Hideo Kojima actor.
Yeah, it's a really exciting cast, isn't it?
The projects she picks up as an actor, I'm always really interested in. Sorry, I'm just a big Elle Fanning stan, apparently. But I'm excited that they've paired up together on this, because it means something interesting's coming, as if it wasn't going to be anyway for being Kojima. Just, when the collaborators with him, it said in the credits as well, like special appearance from George Miller, and I was just like, there he is. As well, just all these people coming on. The Mad Max director in it.
We saw also Troy Baker's return.
Yes. With an electric guitar weapon.
He's having a great time, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's having a great time in this game. Be this very flamboyant, eccentric villain, and you get to fight with a guitar.
It was when like it was strumming with it and electric was coming out of the neck of the guitar, and I was like, it was cool that there was a blade on the edge that he was slashing up the things with, but that neck guitar shot, that was the one that got me.
That little action sequence is amazing. I love the mystery. Who knows what and who he was fighting in that scene there. A comment he made to Norman Reedus' character, Sam, I thought was intriguing. He said something like, I see you've replaced the rope with the stick.
Yeah.
And that theme of the rope and the stick, using the rope to pull, using the stick to bat away, was a recurring theme in the first Death Stranding, which was about connection. It was about using the rope to build strands and to build connections through the world. And it's the kind of comment that Hideo Kojima would deliberately put in a trailer just to give you a little bit of a tease as to what maybe this game's going to be about. And him just saying, I see you've put away your rope and you've got out your stick. It leads me to maybe it's going to be a little bit more action-oriented this time around. But also still featuring lots of walking around incredibly beautiful landscapes, which I can't get enough of.
The chat are going wild for the guitaring work. Sorry, I don't know how to describe that. The strumming, the guitar work.
Yeah.
And Throbbing Uncle has made me laugh for saying, you defeat him by booing at him like in Guitar Hero.
I feel like that would defeat Troy Baker. If you booed Troy Baker, he would just deflate and be really sad.
The rope and the stick thing, though, I think that's a really interesting point. And I think on the Drawbridge logo, it says the rope and the stick coming together or something like that. I didn't quite catch it properly, but it had both rope and stick in the wording.
After this, I'm just going to go and watch that trailer a bunch more times because there's going to be loads of hidden details.
Yeah, you can watch again and again and then spot something new each time.
So we got the Fragile has now built this entity called Drawbridge. Again, all of the names of these things, they're all kind of things that have connotations of connection and bridging gaps and whatnot. I love the mystery of it. I love the vibe of it. I love the look of it. It's such a distinctive, creative vision.
You've got Cockney Charmer says Kojima has tweeted that he himself edited the new trailer.
Oh,
he always does.
Yeah,
he always does. He always makes the trailers.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He edited the game because it said edited by Hideo Kojima in the thing as well. Maybe it was just the trailer, but I thought that meant the game.
Just the trailer, probably.
I thought that meant the game.
He regularly will tweet like pictures of his editing timeline when he's making a new trailer for his things. Oh, brilliant. But then the surprises didn't stop because he did a cheeky tease.
Wait, sorry. Before we move on to the cheeky tease, you also need to talk about the puppet.
Oh, God, the puppet. I completely forgot about the puppet. The puppet was amazing.
Another stop-motion freak.
A strangely stop-motion animated, jarring character.
See, I loved how the stop-motion looked on that. It's just when the villain does... I don't know if it's a difference between stop-motion or frame rates, but when it's a frame rate thing, I'm like, oh, it's creepy. If it's stop-motion, I'm like, it's beautiful, it's brilliant, I love this.
It was great. And I wonder if it was a little jokey nod to the relationship between Kratos and Mimir when Sam was about to strap him to his ass.
Yeah.
And he was like, are you joking?
Yeah, it's like...
I'll ride shotgun. I'll ride up front. And then he gets strapped to his hip facing forward. I really enjoyed that.
You especially liked it as well when Troy Baker's character was
he
trying
went...
to... Yeah, I can't remember what he said, but just his face was like... That really got you.
Oh, little puppet man. Oh, yeah, we noticed, didn't we, on Elle Fanning's character? I swear I saw, like, puppet strings.
Yeah, puppet strings, yeah.
But
very
isn't that like...
interesting.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know enough about Death Stranding. I have played a chunk of it, but I haven't finished it, so I need to get to the end for this number 2. But was there something about the strand, like the way that things move in Timefall and all that as well, that it could have been? Because it was like this little shiny thing, puppet strings, Timefall.
I don't want to speculate.
Yeah, no, that's just interesting.
It is interesting.
But it might not be puppet strings, is all I'm saying.
It might not be.
No.
But the iconography and the imagery is there.
Yeah.
And it will mean something. Everything means something. But yeah, I just want to quickly end with the tease for whatever Kojima is cooking up next. We also saw
let him cook.
Let him cook. And I think Herman Holst is letting him cook.
Yeah.
The head of PlayStation
and that's just
Studios.
what you've got to do.
Herman Holst was like, cook, Kojima.
Yeah. It sounds like he's making... Well, he's literally said he is making something that's like a game and a movie at the same time. Always Kojima's games have been very heavily influenced by cinema. He absolutely loves cinema. He tweets about the films he watches all the time. He's always been a big fan of film, and his games have reflected that. They're always very cinematic. So it feels like what he's doing now. It sounds like his dream project.
Yeah.
He looked very happy.
He did. He looked so happy. He looked so excited. And then what was the bit at the end where the camera angle changed and he looked at the camera from the side and was like, "Stay tuned."
And it was just like panning out.
And the camera just came out.
It came out, and then there was a title like
Fizzint.
Yeah, that
but
was
I don't know what that means.
Does it mean anything?
It probably means something. It will mean something.
Fizzint would be like a screenwriting shorthand for like physical interior, surely, or something. I don't know.
Maybe
like an interior shot.
I'm sure there are literally people writing articles on the internet at this very moment, dissecting and analysing everything that's in that bit of the state of play right at the end.
They're going to analyse what he's wearing in case his jacket's got one little pin that no one's seen before.
Every choice that was made in that sequence right at the end of the state of play will have been deliberate.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
Ooh, sorry, Chad Gatling says Fizzint, physical intelligence, military lingo.
Ooh.
There you go.
Oh, what's he making?
What is he doing?
It feels bad to get excited about the next thing Hideo Kojima and Kojima Productions are making when they've still got Death Stranding 2 to come out. But I can't help myself.
You can have your new Kojima when you finish your Death Stranding 2.
I want to go straight to the dessert.
It really does feel like the dessert and the main meal, yeah.
But it is 11:30. We're an hour and a half, 2 hours and a half past Rosie's bedtime.
Yeah.
Rosie needs to go to bed. We all need to go to bed.
Yeah.
I need to watch that trailer.
I need to go and play Silent Hill.
More times. Ash needs to go and play Silent Hill, the short message. And you can all do that as well. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We hope you enjoyed the state of play. We hope you've enjoyed hanging out with us and being excited in this after party. We will be back. Oh, yeah. And by the way, there's another state of play on February the 6th, which is going to have an extended look at Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. There's going to be lots of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on the channel very, very soon. Be excited, please, because we are. What a time to be a gamer.
Oh, what a start to the year.
Yeah.
What a start.
What a start to the year. But yeah, thank you so much, Ash and Rosie, for your delightful company. And
thank you to yours as well, Rob.
Yeah,
and
thanks,
insight, especially when it comes to cats and Sonic and horror. And we will be back. We'll be back tomorrow with a live stream. We'll be back on Friday with a video. And we'll be back next week with more exciting stuff. So we'll see you then. Goodbye.
Bye.